your wounds into your deepest source of wisdom that you can offer to the whole collective as a part of your unique contribution, your unique calling. Hi, it's Katerina Satori, and I'm a mentor, teacher, and online inspirator. I often talk about purpose and healing and empowerment. And today's contemplation is all about really recognizing the deeper message that we can find in our life and exactly what we went through and what we endured, what was not easy to go through. That's where our message is hidden. And so many people right now on the planet feeling the call to step up, rise up, and share their message, to join this new wave of messengers. Not many people resonate with an idea of seeing themselves as teachers, which is totally understandable. But so many people resonate with an idea of being a messenger, embodying your truth, your light, your vision. And there comes a point where if that's your experience, if that's your path, sometimes it can be challenging to unlock the essence of your message because there are so many chapters in your life. So many chapters, each one molded and sculpted you into who you are right now, right? So which one is your message? And it's important to know that because your creative genius is here to express your core message. So this is where archetypal wisdom can assist us. When you look back in your life, you can look back at the most difficult thing that you had to go through. What was that for you? Was it your childhood? Was it the wounds that created deep scars that created a huge impact on your self-worth or your ability to trust others, your ability to form intimate relationships, your ability to create financial prosperity for yourself? What happened? When did the biggest impact happen? And when you begin to contemplate and reflect, you begin to find, a core chapter. And for a lot of people, the deepest wounds are from the childhood. Nobody comes out of the childhood without scars. And I feel the more we come to this realization how so many traumatic experiences of our life happened when we felt vulnerable and unable to protect ourselves. So the only solution at that time was to dissociate, to leave the body, to not feel, to freeze, to contract. And what happens on a spiritual level, we experience through soul fragmentation, where the lost and frozen aspect of our soul are lost in the past. I remember the first time a friend of mine told me about soul retrieval. It was a great remembrance for me. I said, how can I find that? How can I retrieve my soul? Intuitively, I knew that's what I needed to do because so much of my soul was stuck in the past, was frozen in pain. And I remember the bridge for me was learning about this powerful visionary healing plant that gives you an opportunity to travel back into the past out of time and space in a very magical way, truly magical way, to retrieve your soul. This is how ayahuasca came into my life and became my teacher and guide for more than 16 years. And just recently, I have been on a pause with working with that plant. It's been 2 years already, or more than 2 years, 3 years, right? That plant has taught me so much about going back into the past and revisiting these aspects of ourselves that are lost in pain, in frozen memory. So a huge message for me has become the message of how to forgive and liberate yourself from the painful past, how to come to terms with that, because unhealed childhood wounds, they don't go away. I wish I could tell you that they do, but they don't. They only get stronger, and they become this like a hidden magnet that continues to attract to you experiences that like flashbacks of your childhood, right? You continue to be attracted to romantic partners that are very similar to either your dad or your mom, or you continue to experience the childhood wounds of not standing up for yourself, not expressing your voice, not truly believing in yourself. It all goes back to childhood. So a huge part of my message has always been how to make peace with the past, how to do this deep soul work that is connected to our family, to our biological family, and how a lot of times the more challenging is your childhood, the more there is deep sense of liberation and wisdom that you can create for yourself, and you have the drive to do that. Another way to find your message, to find what are you being called to be a messenger for, is to find a repeating theme, or a karmic storyline as it's called. What was the repeating theme for you? What was the pattern that you just kept finding yourself back again and again? Maybe it was addiction. So many people are struggling with an addict archetype. And addiction is this intense, desperate attempt to self-soothe. It's an intense, desperate attempt to leave the present and to go somewhere else. It's when we're not fulfilled, we're not connected to a higher purpose, we don't see a bigger meaning of our life and our story. And it's really challenging to meet your day without being connected to a higher picture, higher meaning, higher perspective. Or again, if you have some wounds from the past and the pain of childhood and the trauma that you have not addressed, all of that makes you feel like you don't want to be here, you don't want to be on the planet, and the only thing that brings relief is some kind of a self-soothing device. And I'm speaking to you about this from experience as somebody who have lived through 2 years of daily addiction. I used to have so much shame around that, because it was hard for me to forgive myself for the time lost. Any experience in my life where I went into a detour, and I took a huge pivot from my path. And I felt like I wasted time, I wasted years. It was really difficult for me to let it go and to forgive myself. And it created a lot of guilt and shame. And when you experience those feelings, addiction is very tempting, or any kind of numbing device. So, and again, addiction is there when there is unhealed trauma, and a lot of trauma happens in the childhood. So this is how you look for the message in your mess. And whatever you consider a huge mess in your life, you look at some of your chapters and you say, what was I thinking? Well, you were not thinking. You were just trying to survive. You were just trying to make it through your day, through your life, through the intense confusion or feeling not supported, not having mentors around you, inspiring people. I deeply believe all of us are meant to tell our unique story. And we can tell our story through art, through poetry, through music, through photography. But there is a story. There is a story for you to tell. And your story can be a testimonial and a message of liberation for somebody who is going through what you went through. And this is why there is such a desire to express yourself. Even though you may be shy and afraid, and maybe it's going to feel really hard to step up, to rise up, and to just record a video like this and tell your story. But there is a deep desire in all people to know that your story matters, that our story matters, that what we have endured had a meaning. So this is how you look for the message in your life story. And this is why it's so key, it's so fulfilling to write your own book, to create your own journal with your favorite quotes, right? Creative expression is a human need. Without that, we begin to be weak to addictions or distractions. And Netflix can be an addiction. I watch that in myself because sometimes, when I want to decompress, what an interesting word, I want to decompress. And if I'm not mindful, I can be decompressing for 3 days or 4 days. And it's not about judging yourself, it's about developing awareness. Am I becoming more aware? And what do I need, right? Do I need nourishment? Do I know how to self-parent and how self-soothe myself? How to give my nervous system what it needs instead of simply numb and escape into scrolling or Netflix or alcohol and drinking just to wake up next morning to feel like, wow, this is not my best self. This is my contemplation on the power of getting connected to your life story, to your own myth that you are living, that you are choosing to live. Because when you see that there has been a life theme, for me, the life theme has always been about transformation. How do I transform my lower self into my higher self? How do I transform the areas where I feel limited or restricted? How do I go beyond simply feeling victimized by that to creating a sense of inner freedom and take more personal responsibility and become more committed to my dream and removing distractions and becoming more focused? So it's always been this journey of transformation and the journey of greater remembrance. I've always been drawn to cosmic truth. Like, give me the cosmic truth. That's all I want. So I've always been drawn to mysteries and to the world of ancient wisdom. Because I wanted to understand why we're here on this planet. What's the purpose for humanity? How can we find a higher meaning to find strength to move through this uncertainty and collective mess? How to forgive ourselves, how to find new courage, how to receive and incarnate new vibrations, how to create the new earth inside in our hearts. That has always been a deep areas of thirst for me. And there is a reason for that, right? So finding your message, another way to find your message and to find your purpose, your higher purpose or deeper connection, is to become curious. What are your areas of fascination? What are you studying? What are you learning? What are you reading? Because in that you have a clue. It's not random. What are you drawn to? What are you fascinated by? It's none of it is random. All of it is meaningful. So this is my contemplation on how to look at your life with new eyes and how to dig for your true life message. Because once you connect to that, you connect to a creative vision of how you can turn that message into your life mission, into your divine assignment. How do you connect to the divine assignment? Because if you took incarnation, if you are here on the planet right now, it's because you are needed. You're an important part of the transformation that is happening right now on the planet. So looking back into your life and honoring everything that you went through, knowing that if you try to erase even one chapter, the whole tapestry dissolves. So think about chapters in your life where you still may be holding shame and embarrassment. We all have those. And can you look at that chapter with innocence and be actually proud of you daring to mess things up and to make mistakes and to experience life directly instead of avoiding life and being so afraid to try things. So I hope this video gave you inspiration to look at your life journey with new eyes and to begin to see a deeper message behind your life experience. And if you are looking to go deeper into this topic, check out my virtual store. I have such a variety of different online courses, self-study, instant access courses. You can start with Sovereign Soul Experience. Really love that one. Frequency Shift. There's so many gene keys if you want to understand your soul map. There's so much that is already recorded in my virtual store that you can access. And if you are interested in individual one-on-one guidance, let's connect. You can see how to connect with me underneath this video. My main message is this: everything in your life had meaning, has meaning. Everything in your life can be an inspiring message. It's up to you to invest the time to distill your experience and to find that gold that all of your relationship helped you alchemize, and then turn that message into a creative expression, whether it is through downloading a unique healing system, right? Writing a book, channeling art, creating music that touches people's hearts. Your message is the key to your purpose and to your creative expression. Thank you for receiving this video. Until next time, this was Katerina Satori.